Welcome to the Tax Sale Podcast, where tax sale investing is made easy. My name is Casey Dimon. I'm a tax sale veteran. I'm the leading tax sale expert. I'm the author of the Tax Sale Playbook, founder of the Tax Sale Academy, and I am your host right here on the Tax Sale Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me on today's podcast episode. As always, these podcast episodes are completely free, and that's because of the Tax Sale Academy. You can learn more about the Academy and joining at taxsaleacademy.com. So I am super excited about today's episode. Today I'll be sharing 3 skills that I learned that literally 10x'd my income as a tax sale investor. Now, I do want to emphasize something. These are skills that took time to learn. And in fact, they're skills that I am still learning to this day. So being a tax sale investor is a lot more than just going out and buying and selling tax defaulted real estate. You actually have to take the time to learn how to do that. You have to take the time to learn the tax sale business. Once you figure that out and once you've seen some success, it's time to dive into developing new skills that will then take your tax sale business to the next level. And that's exactly what these 3 skills did for me and my business. Let's talk about them. The first one is that I learned how to efficiently research real estate. This is a multi-tiered skill. As I've mentioned countless times on a variety of videos and podcasts, if you invest in just one area, you will put a ceiling on your income. Now, I wish this was not the case. I wish I could go to the same area over and over and over, have unlimited income. But if you are doing well, you're going to eventually want to invest in more properties. The more money you make, the more you reinvest, the more properties you need to buy. Likewise, you'll probably also get more and more selective on what you want to purchase so that you can cherry pick the most profitable properties for you and for your objectives. This is going to require you to expand counties and perhaps even states. The more properties that you see get auctioned off, the higher your chances are of success. Plain and simple, it is a numbers game. The issue here is that researching 100 properties a year versus researching 10,000 properties a year requires much different skill sets. You know, originally I would spend 5 or 10 minutes on every single property. Over time, I got to the point where I was spending 5 or 10 seconds on each property, sometimes even less than that, all the while my research has become much more accurate. Researching this many properties is a fine balance between speed and accuracy. You won't see success unless you're able to put both of these factors into play. Much of what I do when it comes to research is utilizing a funnel method. I've got videos on this and I teach about it, of course, inside the Tax Sale Academy. But in short, if you imagine a funnel, you have all these properties from the tax sale list that go into the top of the funnel, and then it comes down and you have the best properties at the bottom. Those are the ones you want to buy. So working your way down from the top to the bottom, let's say you start with the easiest issues to identify. For example, this might be just a simple glance at the legal description. And these will often be written on the tax sale list itself. So I check for things like 5-foot lot or conservation easement, that kind of stuff. Stuff that's very, very simple to realize right off the bat, you don't want to buy that property, right? So you'd automatically take those properties and remove them from your funnel. Then we'll go further and further down. And the entire idea here is to waste as little time as possible on the properties that you do not want to purchase. And of course, you go through this funnel and it becomes more and more complex until you get to the very bottom of the funnel. That includes something like a drive-by, right? That's the last step before you decide to purchase that property or not. So at the bottom of this funnel are just the properties that meet your criteria. Naturally, this takes time to learn how to do efficiently and accurately. But the skill of efficiently and accurately researching real estate, researching tax sale properties, is the vehicle that will take you from one market to hundreds of different markets without much additional effort once you learn how to do it. The second skill that I developed that helped me 10x my income is that I learned creative approaches to investing. Now, before I dive into this one, I want to be super clear here. you must have 100% confidence that whatever creative spin you decide to apply is going to work prior to doing it. Here's why. I've had people that email me and tell me they have tried to be creative by buying absolute garbage properties and it didn't work out. There's a difference here between being creative and acting haphazardly. So if you're going to try to be creative, please make sure you know without a doubt it's going to work. So my creativity stemmed from the early aspects of my career when I had very, very little money and I was forced to be creative to make things work. I write about this in 10x'ed Playbook, but early on, I lacked the funds to invest. So I turned to Visa and MasterCard. And I borrowed those funds at pretty high interest rates, but I still ended up making money as I flipped those properties very quickly. I also eventually used those cards to earn some points in the meantime, another way to be creative. Another example that I provide is I routinely buy properties that have bundled lots on one parcel number, and then I'll separate those out and resell them. So for example, I might buy something that costs $10,000 that has 2 lots on one parcel number. I'll then separate those lots out and sell each one for say $8,000 a pop. That's pretty simplistic, but I've done this with 40, 50 lots at one time. Obviously, you need to know your county and what they allow when it comes to this type of thing. But there's just a few different options that I've done when it comes to being creative, along with many, many others throughout the years. I've routinely been able to purchase properties that few people have wanted, add my own creative spin to them, and then make more money off those properties than most other people would have. Being creative in real estate is not something that needs to come right away. You should not try to be creative on your first deal. If you're trying to be super creative with deal number 1, you're probably going to have a rough go at it. Instead, take note of what other people are doing. Do some research on previous properties that have been sold at tax sales. Read some real estate investing books, take some classes, maybe get a few nuggets here and there that you can apply to your tax sale business. In short, take off your blinders. Do not get tunnel vision. There is no one way that you are, in quote, supposed to do real estate. This is something that annoys me like no other. Everybody thinks they're supposed to do this or they're supposed to do that, when in reality, literally every single piece of real estate on earth is different. Every single investment is different. If you can learn how to be creative with how you make your tax sale investments, you will absolutely increase your income the moment you do. The last skill I want to discuss today that helped me 10x my income in a big way is that I learned how to market real estate on the internet. I learned internet marketing. And I'm trying to be as respectful as possible when I say this. But there are plenty of realtors and others out there that love to claim they are experts in online marketing. Listen, I don't consider posting an ad on a website like Zillow as true internet marketing. That's simply posting an advertisement. What I'm talking about can be a massive undertaking that few in real estate actually understand, but the ones who do are absolutely crushing it. So I got into internet marketing probably 15 years ago now. Internet marketing includes things such as SEO or search engine optimization, micro niche websites such as those designed around a specific type of property or a specific area, social media marketing, email marketing, creating websites and lead funnels, creating, testing, and enhancing paid ads, and learning how to develop organic leads, being able to study, analyze, and utilize analytical data from tracking websites, properly leveraging customer resource management or CRM software, lead generation software, and other types of tech. Then you have the ancillary skills, such as learning how to properly write sales copy, which is a style of writing to encourage somebody to do something, such as become interested in the property you're selling. Internet marketing is not a singular skill. Instead, it's a combination of skills that fall under the internet marketing umbrella. Learning this literally transformed my entire business from a traditional real estate business that did okay to one that required significantly less time investment while becoming much, much more profitable. And this is not something that happens overnight. Instead, you must take a very, very long-term approach to learning this. Perhaps you start off with something simple, like a social media page to help sell your real estate or market your business. Then you figure out how to maximize the exposure on that. And then eventually you work your way into other channels to make your business even more profitable. And when you do this, you really need to remember that your end goal is to maximize profit while minimizing your time investment. The end goal is not to sit here and tweak your internet marketing ads and everything else when it comes to that all day. Your end goal is to focus on investing in tax-sheltered real estate while leveraging the internet to sell your properties for you. Again, maximize profit while minimizing time. And naturally, of course, as with everything, things do change, especially on the internet. So make sure you always keep your pulse on what's happening when it comes to marketing real estate and your business online. There are countless classes, books, videos, and advice out there on marketing online. Choose one topic at a time, dive deep into it, apply it to your business, and then move on to the next one. So there it is, the 3 skills that completely transform my business: efficient research, creativity in my approaches, and internet marketing. As mentioned at the beginning of this episode, these are not one-day things where you simply sit down, watch a couple videos, and boom, you make $1 million. Each one of these takes time. But I promise you, if you invest the time and perhaps even the money into learning these skills, your business is going to grow like crazy. And the coolest part is that even though it might take years and years to become good at any one of these skills, you're still going to be able to benefit from the incremental growth and profits that you're going to experience in the meantime as you continue your learning. Listen, that's all I've got for you today, folks. I truly hope that you've enjoyed this episode of the Tax Sell Podcast. If you did, please do me a huge favor and leave a positive review on whatever podcasting platform you're listening to us on today. This podcast is free. I don't charge a listening or membership fee at all for these podcasts, but your reviews really help us out and might even serve to pay it forward to somebody else who learns about the incredible tax sale business simply because you took the time to tap a 5-star review or leave positive feedback. And as always, if we can be of any additional help, make sure you check out our website at taxsellacademy.com. We will see you next time right here on the Tax Sell Podcast. Take care, folks. Bye-bye.